Learning here is likely when we're talking IT. Today we're talking IT.
Know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We are the tutors, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learning here is likely, so let's start IT.
This is so shiny. This is so new. I want a TDC automotive vehicle for 2022.
At TDC Automotive, old is out and new is in. Visit us and take our 2021-2022 models for a spin. Boasting all new features, colors, whistles, and bells, you can reserve your vehicle today. There's no need to dwell. Get your VAT Day savings, registration, licensing, rewards points, and much more. Honestly, we just don't know what you're waiting for.
Visit your automotive VAT Day specialist today for the best vehicles and best value. TDC Automotive, #1 for a reason.
Hey, how was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait, so we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
yeah, alright, ooh,
We're gonna keep it lively.
Okay.
Learning here
Yeah.
is likely
Hey.
when we're talking IT. IT.
yeah, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We are the tutors, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learning here is likely, so let's start IT.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk IT. It's your boy Sanji back in the studio, and we have a lot in store for you today. So grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the show. So, as you can see, we have two familiar guests. Actually, no, one familiar guest. The other person may be familiar for most persons tuning in. So, the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Ricardo Neal's back in the studio with us tonight. Dr. Neal, how you doing?
I'm good. As a matter of fact, I'm excited to be here. I feel like I was on a vacation for a long time from Let's Talk IT, but I am here in all full force.
Awesome. And we also have Mr. Everell Williams with us.
Yeah.
Everell, what's up?
I'm alright. I'm great.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. I'm, living life and being the grace.
Just being crazy,
Yeah, as always.
All right, Dr. Neal. So you see, before we even go into what we're supposed to go into, there's a few things that I have to mention. One, there has been a lot of things that have happened recently. And I love talking about Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about the Tesla Q?
I think
this Tesla Pi, the phone.
Yeah, I've heard some mention about a phone that Tesla want to bring out. So, yeah, but I haven't looked into the specs and so forth.
So from what I
what
saw,
is it
it is a 24/7 charging phone. As long as there's sunlight, the phone charges. So how efficient do you think that will be for someone like yourself who uses the phone 24/7?
That would be great. My phone is always dead.
24/7 as always.
Yeah, but my phone is always dead. People always say, "Boy, Dr. Neal, I try calling, I can't get you." And I'm like, "Oh my God, probably my phone is dead at that time." So, so having a phone that is that can keep charged 24/7, I mean that's excellent. I'm not sure how practically they're gonna get it. I'm not sure they're gonna get it, but it's possible. It's possible. This day and age, put a limit on technology, you have to throw that out the door. It's like back in the days when they have, magic.
Mm-hmm.
The possibilities are endless. As a matter of fact, if you look on the 17th century where magic was the thing, or in the 12th century where magic was the thing, and now in the 21st century, our magic now is technology.
Right.
So anything is possible. So I'm sure he can get that done. I think based on a technological perspective, I think it's just to stabilize the battery. Once the battery is stabilized, then it should be good.
So that means most likely he won't be using lithium ion.
More not likely, because lithium ion, you have to charge that. You have to maintain a certain level of charge, and it goes down. unless he's going to mix the technology with something else.
Unless he's thinking about using a Tesla car's battery into it.
Uh,
I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible. Things can be shrink down.
Exactly.
Look on the Samsung TV that they had. Well, I remember back in the days, back in my days, I was born in the 16th century for those who are listening. Okay, all right. So now,
wait, 16th?
16th century.
16th century.
So they were back in those times. Okay, for those people who know me, every time I'm in class, I'll make those reference because they assume that I'm over 100, 200 years old. All right, for some reason. So back in the days, television used to have this huge back on it, right? This big back, this big bulky back, and now it keep on shrink over the years until now. Samsung has a technology where it is just a flat, thin piece of glass or plastic that is pasted on the wall, right? Who do you imagine that was possible, right? But see, here it is. You don't have to worry about the child throwing any bottle and breaking the screen or that kind of thing because it just pasted on the wall. So that's what it is now. So anything is possible. So I'm not giving Elon Musk a hard time, where that technology is concerned, because it's just possible.
So eventually we're going to have a phone that's 24/7 charging, maybe a laptop too.
Yeah, well, once the tech becomes available and it's useful like that, then I'm sure it's going to move into different technology because different companies are going to want it. They're going to want to capitalize on that tech. So they're going to spend any amount that they need to spend. The only thing I want to think Elon Musk would not do is to let go of the patent or patent, if you will, of that and hold on to that. But the technology, I'm sure he would sell it to whoever needed. As a product. That's what I'm assuming. We're just assuming here. But
I mean, there's barely any information on this so far.
Yeah, because I just saw a few clips, so I thought you had more information than me.
No, because I've done a lot of research.
Yeah.
And the most I have is like it's a part of Solar City project with Elon, and that's all.
Yeah, so I don't know. So maybe it's something that I'm looking into. I heard that Apple want to come up with their own smart car. So yeah, it's just to see what's happening,
Mr. Neil, I can already see that car being the most expensive in the world.
So you have all of that coming on, so yeah.
Oh yes. So, Avril, a little bit, we need to let the viewers know a little bit more about you. Because right now, the whole of Sync is actually, matter of fact, the whole of the world knows Dr. Neil.
Yeah.
Very well.
I need to introduce myself again next time, for those who probably don't know.
So, Avril, can you introduce yourself, and what is something that involves you into IT as much as you are right now?
Okay. As you all know, my name is Elba Williams. I am a part of the IT program, as you all should know, since I'm in this area.
Just making sure mention that the public knows what's going on.
Yeah. What got me into IT? Well, there's a lot that got me into IT, especially involving, my dad, because my dad used to be around the IT community as well. So in that area, I was raised to, put me in that area. Like, I've been around my father a lot, so when I was with my father, it got me interested into, messing with technical stuff with phones and stuff like that. So when it comes to phone, computer, I used to just pull it apart, mess around with it, put it back together and see if it can work. So it was a fun thing for me. And that does drag me even more towards that area. And plus, after all, it is the future of our world.
Yeah, that's right.
So better to push towards that.
Yeah. I think you also have to mention, that Ever is a part of the new batch of students in the IT program, and also the new members of SKNRA. And Everell is also, maybe Everell is just being a bit candid about who he is. But Everell is also the batch representative for the associate's degree IT program at the technical division at the Clarence Fisher Bryan College. So so it's always a pleasure to have persons of that caliber and interest here. So yes, Everell, welcome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Oh yes, there's actually a lot of things that that Everell has been doing lately that obviously we can't go to leave that unmentioned because there's a few projects that Avril is the type of person who likes to take on a lot of things on himself. Sometimes I literally ask myself if I myself am a virus to him because he hangs around me a lot. And I remember, I think like episode number 20 last year, Mr. Neil was beating me up in the show, saying that I'm doing too much things, I'm in this, that.
Yeah,
And I feel like very soon you guys are going to be hearing Dr. Neil be saying that to Avril. I'll probably be saying that already.
Well, yes, that's it already. Yeah. So to our listening audience, we want to say we are back. We have been off for a while, probably about 3 weeks. Well, three.
I think
what was it? Sessions or series?
I think about 2 episodes.
About two episodes. Yeah, we have missed, and we have missed it. But no, we are here. No, we are here. We had to get things in order, so we're back in full force. Yes.
Of course. So, Dr. Neil, I heard from my third-party sources that there's a lot of things that have happened lately. So, can you give us an update on
A lot of things have been going on, but for what?
Also, I heard from our next third-party source again that IIT has a branch now called skillsacademy.tech.
Oh, okay. Well, that third-party source is giving you good information.
Right?
Yeah, so I'm sure the public would know, our listeners would know that in 2020 we started the platform. In 2020, when the virus reached the shores of St. Kitts and Nevis, which, we're assuming that is that time, it could be earlier, but, we recognized that ICCS, Immaculate Conception Catholic School, had some challenges in terms of they wanted to go online immediately. And so they went online immediately before any school in the Federation. And so they went full force. And that platform was built by the then members of the St. Kitts Nevis Robotics team, which was led by yours truly, Sanjeev Suraj, not me. All right? And him and his team. And so now we have grown to the point where now that same platform, which is called deviite.tech, which is a domain name, has evolved into what we call skillsacademy.tech. So anyone out there listening, you can go and check out skillsacademy.tech, not .com, .tech, TECH. And you will see the number of courses that we have there and programs that we have there. So that's one of the development that we have. Another development that we have that has to do with skillsacademy.tech is that we now have a driving course online. Yes, folks, you heard it right. Our first online driving course. Now, this driving course provides you with all the information that you need to drive. So, in terms of hand signals, the different turns that you should make, 3-pointer turns, and it also have GIFs or GIFs, what we call it, GIFs.
GIFs.
All right, GIFs.
Same thing.
All right, so we have a number of those, and it that actually demonstrate to the learner how to make different turns and so forth. And there's a big talk about how to turn in the roundabout. We have that covered there also. I'm not sure if Sanjeev knows, but yeah, when I listen to the radio a lot, I hear people talking about people not using the roundabout properly and so forth. So we do have that covered. We were able to meet with the Commissioner of Police, and he actually loved it. He actually endorsed it. Just the mere fact that we have our own online driving course here in St. Kitts and Nevis. The driving course is two types. So you have one for those who are between 14 and 17. They can explore the driving course, and that driving course is not for them to go on the road. Let me just say that. That driving course is just to teach them the content before they get to the age where they can go and get the permit and so forth. It's a matter of just preparing them before, which is something I think is great.
So
and then you have...
So that course is more like social studies, but for driving.
Right. So it covers the British standard for how you should, treat the road, which is what the driving program here in St. Kitts and Nevis is governed by. All right. And then we have another one that is there, which is similar, a spin-off from that one, which is for persons who are going for the driver's license. That one would have tests basic tests, intermediate tests, all those tests that test their knowledge to see if they know what to do, that will prepare them for the exam. And once they take a test in that course, it will show you the answers, the one that you got wrong, and how to get yourself ready. So that driving course is there. Once you go on Skills Academy, just simply go to all courses and just type in the search bar there, driving or driver, in one of those words, and then you will see the driving course pop up. So that's one thing that has been going on with Skills Academy. So it has evolved from just a learning management system to offer different courses for St. Kitts and Nevis. So that in itself is something that we're excited about. Well, I'm excited about that because we don't really have nothing for content driving in St. Kitts, right? Most persons would have to try to get the driver's book and try to practice from that, or try to get some past papers from somebody. But we feel that having...
I don't think there are any past papers.
Yeah, you're right. That's the thing. Maybe there's none.
This will actually help out a lot.
Right, help out a lot because we have close to 400 questions, or maybe more, probably 600 plus questions, and they're set in different groups. So you have basic, intermediate, and you have advanced questions, and all those questions are taken from the St. Kitts and Nevis and British standard, which is what St. Kitts and Nevis use to actually drive. So that, I believe, will help a lot, and to help persons to get ready for their driver's exam. So we're excited about that, and I think that is what you call innovation, the ability to identify gaps and try to fix those gaps. So that is what is going on with that. What else is going on with Skills Academy? A number of things. Sanjeev also is still managing that group, so yeah, so I don't think that is new. That's still what is happening. So that is what for Skills Academy. Yeah, so over on SKNRA now, St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association. What's going on over there? We're still standing strong. Our membership has increased. I think we're close to 200 members.
Are we close? I think we passed.
We passed 200 members already.
I think we passed it.
So we have, right. And then you have the active members who are different. You have persons who are active, more active than others. So we're past that. So that is something good. We have upgraded our website to reflect the season. So if you go on sknra.org, you will see the season being reflected. So that is something good. If you see some ads on the sites, yeah, those are what we place there to assist with income generation and for SKNRA. So those are some of the good things that we have that is happening. Right now, I have to mention that SKNRA has a meeting coming up with the ambassador of Taiwan. So we have a meeting tomorrow with him to discuss the way forward with SKNRA, to discuss projects, plans, and to introduce them to what we're doing and so forth. So I think that is something that is progressive, and we are glad for that. Another thing that we have coming up is SKNNRC, which is the St. Kitts Nevis Robotics Challenge, which I'm elated about that. I can't wait to see that thing come for that day to come. This competition that is coming up entails pulling all the schools together, the children home, Ross University, pulling all of these institutions together, about 18 institutions we have on paper, for them to actually participate in a national competition. And this competition is a robotics competition. So each team will be given a kit, a robotics kit, and they'll be given the criteria, the rules, the regulations, including the COVID guideline will be also provided to them to ensure that we follow the rules and the regulations. All right. So they will be given that, and then each institution will provide about 3 or 4 persons, which is going to make up the team, and we will mimic exactly how the international competition goes. And so we are looking forward for that one, which is coming sometime in April of 2022. So 2022 April, we should have that one kicking off stream. So we are looking forward for that. The Underwater Drone Challenge is coming up again for next year. This year it was awesome. So next year we're going to have it again, and we're going to try to get more schools involved. I want to say also that we have some private sector companies who want to endorse the National Robotics Challenge, which is actually coming up. And so we're looking forward for the support from all the other private sector companies. We have a few. We won't call any names as yet until until it's closer, and we begin to give the names of the private sector companies who decide that they're going to come on board and to champion the cause. We feel under SKNRA that it's important for STEM education to be shown in its full force as opposed to just talking about it. So that is why we decided we want to have a national robotics challenge. As a matter of fact, Sanjeev, I met somebody on the road and I think we spoke about this before on different programs. And person said to me, why do we need to have a robotics challenge in St. Kitts? Why? And I'm like, why not? Why not? Why not have one? Because if once you travel outside of St. Kitts and Nevis, you travel to Europe, Germany, anywhere in Europe, anywhere you travel around. You go to China, Japan. You realize that there's a big emphasis on STEM education.
Yeah.
Right. As a matter of fact, I was saying in class the other day to the first year group of students in the Associates IT program, I was saying to them that Europe GDP approximately, I think, I'm not sure if the numbers have changed, but at one point in time it was 86% of Europe's GDP focuses on STEM. All right, so that is what boosts their growth, right? And so once we on this end from St. Kitts and Nevis can capitalize on STEM, and I'm not talking about just capitalize and just saying it. I mean, do it. Put your money behind it. That's what I'm talking about. Investing in research, investing in projects. Then our economy will actually change. And if we look on what COVID did with the tourism sector, you notice that the ships, they had stopped come. Now the passenger count is low, which means that the expenditure in the country is going to be low from the spenders who are coming off the ship. It's going to be a bit lower than the previous years.
Even that, I heard that some countries right now have actual robots that are maintaining the place. So I think it's some hotel in Japan and somewhere in France, they have robots instead of actual workers, and the workers maintain the robots.
Yeah. So
and these robots deliver stuff to like room service
and so forth. So what you find happening is that it is capitalizing on STEM education that caused this to happen, where you have persons within a country can build these things and begin to market them to different countries. One of the things that I'm looking forward for within St. Kitts and Nevis for us to build our first 6-axle industrial robot. And you can Google what it is for those persons who are listening who probably don't know what I'm talking about. But a 6-axle robot, industrial robot, is what is used in factories. And if we're able to build one, I'm sure once we get the patent done and we're able to design one, you never know, we could actually begin to design robot, industrial robots here as a part of our industry, So that is something that SKNRA will be looking into for sure to see if we get that thing done. But we feel that STEM education should be on top of everything, especially now. We feel that programs must be funded. So I'm just saying out there to all the private sector companies who want to fund, science and technology project. SKNRA is here, so we're here. We have the plans, and so that is something that we're looking forward to. So those are some of the plans that we have. Yes, we still have the OECS Robotics Association working on. Don't think that we forget that one. We're still working on that one because we should have a OECS challenge in the region coming up soon, but that one is going to be about 2024 or 2023. We should have a OECS robotics challenge, which means that countries will be coming into St. Kitts to participate in our regional challenge or OECS challenge. So we are looking forward for that one when it comes. So those are some of the plans that we have. I'm sure I'm cutting some of them short. I'm sure there's much more working on. But when the PR comes, the PR will actually give some more information.
For the audience listening in right now, guys, trust me, this is going to continue to the next episode. Says Doc Neil. So all the plans and everything. I thought I was muted.
No.
I thought. So Doc Neil, most of the plans that you mentioned right now, I think some of these were mentioned previously, especially with
Yeah.
the 6-axle industrial arm.
Well, I don't. Did we mention it last time? 6-axle? I don't think so. No. That was
Well,
the-
we mentioned something about industrial arms.
Yeah, but we
that-
didn't talk about actually looking into building them.
I think we brought the topic up because we were talking about how people are saying that once robots come in, they lose their jobs.
Yeah, that's
why we
yeah.
brought that up last time.
Yeah, and that point slipped me because I wanted to kind of touch on that a bit, because whenever persons hear about robots, for those who are familiar with like industrial robots, the conversation on the table is always, once you bring robots in, then people lose their job.
Technically, that is not
That
true
is
at all.
one side. Okay, so that's one side. That's one side. So we can debate about it, you know. And the other side is that the economy will boost because now you don't pay robots anything. You don't feed robots. Robots can't sue you.
Right.
So robots will work 24/7. They'll never stop. And so production will actually be continuous, right? But yes, in some instances, people lose their job. In some instances, but what companies try to do is to do retraining, and so these employees, some of them would be used for like data analysis, for repair and maintenance of the robots. So I think it's a win for win situation. So I think it benefits both persons. Yeah.
Because there is this place that I recently found out. There's this, it's called Land of Tech or something like that. It's a place in Japan. Just so everyone knows, I love Japan, and I really want to visit there one day. And I was looking into this, and the way it is that people, like you mentioned, they are retrained. So this entire building of nearly 40 workers were retrained to program robots. They were taught everything from scratch. Half of them are like accountants. They were taught how to put those capabilities into a robot, because they are really like, like accounting. They know how the calculation's supposed to go, which supposed to be where. So they train them to do this into a bot.
So basically, it sounds like more of like an AI system.
Yes.
Mixed with the machine. Okay.
So they have these robots now that sit in the front desk instead of the actual person, and they say this is a way for them to prevent from COVID spreading. And these bots have been programmed in such a way that they are 100 times faster in like clearing up traffic of persons coming in, and also like and people say it's secure, but we have the ups and downs to everything.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So the other thing that they didn't mention is that none of the workers lost their jobs. All the workers still come to the office every day, like a regular thing, or they can sit at home and work from home. All they have to do is just maintain the bots.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the ways that we can actually see things, like when it comes to retraining thing.
Yeah. Because most time we see it from the perspective of people losing their job. That's the first thing comes to mind.
Yeah.
It's even in the textbooks. So that's textbooks. So I guess compromising can be done here and there. To make it to make human work along with robots nicely. So I think that's something that is good. So I strongly believe that scientists should actually be looking into that area, in that manufacturing plant. Yes, there's another thing I wanted to mention about something that we are working on also that should be coming soon, that we'll make an announcement officially soon. I've been toying around with the idea of having a SKNRA scholarship fund. SKNRA scholarship fund. So that's something that we're looking into. Given that we have a lot of young people within SKNRA in the association, and they do a lot of work, and we have some of the brightest minds in SKNRA, which is good. So we feel it is good for us to work on something for them. So apart from providing the members with their pins and their certificates and recommendation letters for them to go to universities and so forth, which carries a lot of weight, trust me. Once you apply to a university and you have a reference from a robotics association, so you're part of robotics, that says a lot. Because for us here, we might see it as minimal stuff, but an international university, they see those things are very, very important to them. And also, given that the international schools are looking on more competent practical skills, they're looking at how we can apply or let me say applicable skills, right? They're looking at that. So if one have a recommendation from a robotics association, that says a lot. So once persons become members of the association, it's a big deal. All right, you might not see it today, but trust me, you're gonna see it tomorrow. So along with that, we're looking to have a scholarship fund to make sure that we're able to assist with students who want to go to university, or even want to go to CFBC, or even to high school. Anything, books, who knows, right? So that's one thing that we are exploring. So we're working on that. So we will let the public know as soon as we get everything done. All the T's crossed and the I dot.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Dr. Neil, is there going to be like a full scholarship too?
Well, if we can do it, if we can do it, once we can do it, then definitely for sure, we're going to make sure we have those things happening. All
right. All right, guys, we're reaching the halftime, so we're going to take a quick break. But before that, for everyone tuning in right now, tune in every other Tuesday on 98.9 Win FM Let's Talk IT to join us as we uncover the various realms within IT and STEAM. We also go live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch at WINNMedia SKN. Let's Talk IT is also available on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify. Whew, that's a lot to say. Now, to be updated on everything SKNRA, check out our socials, which are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, and LinkedIn at SKNRA, the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association or SKN Robotics Association on YouTube. And to be updated on everything IITAE, check us out on our socials, which are Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at IITAE or IITA Ltd. Now, a big, massive shout out to our sponsors: SKNRA, the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, IITAE, the International Information Technology Academy of Excellence, and TDC. Now, we'll see you guys right after this short break.
How was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait, so we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
yeah, alright, ooh,
We're gonna keep it live.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Hey.
When we're talking IT.
Hey.
IT.
yeah, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We are the tutors, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learn to hear is likely, so let's start IT.
Enjoy the convenience of getting all your documents in one place. At the TDC Copy and Print Center on 4th Street in Basse-Terre, we do just that. We offer document formatting, graphic design, and copy and print services. Our team of professionals truly understand all your needs, whether it be administrative, professional, academic, or personal. You bring it, we deliver it with quality every time. Visit the TDC Copy and Print Center today in the TDC Mall on 4th Street in Basse-Terre or call 465-2511. Your copy and print specialists are waiting to serve you.
Hey, how was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait, so we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
yeah, alright, ooh,
We're gonna keep it live.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Hey.
When we're talking IT. IT.
yeah, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We are the tutors, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learn to hear is likely, so let's start IT.
Yeah. Welcome back. So for those who are tuning in, once again, we just had a good discussion about, everything that's going on, from Tesla Pi to IITA having its branch as Skills Academy Tech, our first online driving course in St. Kitts, and a bunch more, with SKNRA having more members, some new events coming up, a few updates, and of course, we also had a discussion about, would robots kill people's jobs? No. That's a debatable story. We might have a full debatable discussion soon. Avril versus Mr. Neil.
Oh no.
Two sides. Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I just learned something very new just now, and I want to talk about it. I did not know about this. If you guys knew, well, you can update me. You have my WhatsApp number. But Dr. Neil,
Yes.
Barbados went independent.
Yeah. Okay. So NBC had a title on their news, and they said Barbados cut ties with Queen Elizabeth II, becomes a republic in a dazzling ceremony. So there's a cut ties with the Queen, so they are independent.
And that happened yesterday.
That happened on the 29th, at 11:07 Eastern time.
That's crazy. You're stepping up.
So that's very,
yeah.
very recent.
Yeah, very recent. And Rihanna became a national hero in Barbados.
Wait. Rihanna as the sing.
Yeah, Rihanna. Work. Yeah, so she became a national hero. Yeah, I know this is Let's Talk IT, but I'm sure a lot of cyber independence is going to start up.
It's going to grow.
Yeah, it's going to go. So that's what happened. As we know, Myanmar I think she's going to be classified now as the president of Barbados. Yes. I hope I'm getting that right. Let me check, make sure. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So that's what is going on now.
Oh, so it was Prince
Right.
Charles says that slavery is a stain on history, and he was one of the persons who actually helped in the freedom of Barbados in becoming Barbados Republic.
Well, it seems so, based on what the articles are saying. There's a lady by the name of Sandra Mason, a Bayesian, who served as the island's governor general, she now is now sworn in as the country's first president. So the governor general is now the country's president, and let me see now, and then Mia Markle would be the prime minister of Barbados.
I feel like I need to start listening to the news more often.
Yes.
So, such a huge thing.
Yeah, it's a huge thing.
Overnight.
And, I don't think we have enough time to go through the whole details. but yeah, it happens. Yeah, but it's not overnight. It was spoken of, I think, from last year, I believe. I think from last year, the conversation was there and I think they had like a certain time frame that they had to get it done.
Oh.
Yes, so they had 12 months. They had a time frame that they had to get it done.
So between then to now.
Right, so now.
And this officially happened last night.
Yeah, last night. And I think what I like about it is the fact that, most of the national heroes, they're either old or dead. That's just the raw facts. Okay, the blatant thing on the table, right?
Well, now we have Rihanna.
And so now we have Rihanna, who is alive and young.
How old is Rihanna? I know. How old is Rihanna?
I don't know. Maybe you could find out online. I'm not sure, but
See,
maybe she's in her 30s. I don't know.
I'm going to use an AI to find out. Hey Siri, how old is Rihanna?
Rihanna is 33 years old.
I guess. Right, yeah. So Siri saying that Rihanna is 33.
Yes.
So I guess I was almost right, in her 30s, somewhere there. Because she looked like she's in her 30s. So she's now a national hero. So she is, her name, in her name, she's an ambassador. So I wish I could find, maybe you could search and see what Rihanna's title is, her actual title. So she has a title now to her name, which I think is important. All right.
A title as in like the Mr. Sir. Those
Like something like Oh. She has a title to her name. I guess we're caught up in tech so much that we're not familiar with how things work in the regular world. But yeah. Right. So that's what has been going on right now. So Rihanna is ambassador extraordinaire. And some more stuff. But the beauty about this is that the tides of the times are changing. That's what is happening. Times are changing, and I'm sure the other persons out there in other countries are asking, "Hey, what's going on over here now?" I'm sure other countries are saying, okay, well, I think it's time for us to start to look in that direction. I'm sure you're going to have that kind of conversation pop. As a matter of fact, that conversation came up from when Mia Martle, who is now the I'm saying currently president, and the president now of Barbados, is when she first started talking about that, it was a big conversation that actually popped up right across the Caribbean region. So that's that. No, the other thing now is how does that affect tech? So I think that kind of independency, I guess, maybe is the independency that most probably persons who are in authority probably needed to see, to probably push them to start to say, hey, we need to embrace independence within the tech field. All right, and I'm sure we spoke about cyber independence before, but I don't think it's something that we
have had 8 episodes with that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's something that you can walk away from. I think it's something that you should keep on hammer at.
I mean,
because
even
we need
now,
to get it right.
I think one of the biggest things that is being spoken about right now is Facebook, and how Mark decided to change it to Meta.
Right, so that's another thing that happened in tech field, which a lot of change is going on.
And I think that is one of the biggest changes, because they own 4 of the biggest platforms. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger.
But I think it's something that should have been that should have happened long time with Facebook. Just like what is happening with Barbados. I think that there comes a point in time when every man has to decide, hey, we're gonna have to stand on our own. You have to decide to do that, and it's not far from Let's Talk IT show in terms of our perspective and position that we have. Independence is very, very important. That is how the tech field is run.
And I feel like, I think we spoke about this once. I think Zab was here at the time. And what we're saying is that anytime we have an idea, it's best to start on it immediately and not wait.
Yeah.
Because me and Zab were talking about how we can make an augmented reality communication platform. And now we have Metaverse.
That's what Meta is doing.
So Metaverse is like this virtual reality, augmented reality look and feel to communicating with one another.
Yeah.
And it's just next level.
Are they close to VR?
It's like something like VR chat.
VR. Like VR, but I guess it's more.
It's
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's open to your social platform that you use. But the VR headset is just fixed to just a particular application that you can use primarily. But Meta seem to be taking it to a whole new level with their social media platform. But I think because there are persons who said that they don't like the name Meta. I don't.
Actually, when they announced Meta or Metaverse, there was a confusion that came up with this application from Unreal Engine called MetaHuman. So MetaHuman is this. I love MetaHuman. I've tested out the beta. You can create virtual characters that look 100% realistic, from the hair texture and everything.
I remember you telling me about this.
It is so real that I made it myself. Actually, when I tell you I made myself and I was screen recording it, I couldn't tell the difference between me and that. Well, the only difference I can say is that was not stuttering, I was stuttering.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I feel like some places like news stations would capture those kind of things.
They're gonna use it a lot.
Use it a lot.
They're gonna use it a lot. They're gonna use it a lot. So Facebook is,
or even us.
Well, let me say Metaverse is on a road. But you see, even before we get there, the whole formation of Meta, or to separate the companies, is I think. As a matter of fact, I thought Facebook had it like that. I didn't know the headquarters was called Facebook. I thought they have it separated, but everything was one. Facebook, so they had to separate it. So I understand that. But now to lean into that kind of technology, I think that is the future. So yeah, one have to lean on that.
And I feel like that is going to be something that's going to be a huge, a breakthrough for tech especially.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing similar to this. Yeah, we have VR chat. We also have like an augmented chat similar to Pokemon Go and so on. Yeah. But it's not where everything's together.
All in one.
Yeah, you can video call
everything.
All in one.
You're in the office, the whole works.
And I think there was a video that just came out recently with Mark having this kind of a glove on. And the glove enables you to actually feel what you're lifting in the VR world. So,
yeah.
so
just
it's like
by
I think
sensors.
yeah.
Sensors, yeah, just feel heavy or light. Yeah, yeah.
And it's like the word
Pressure points?
precision point.
Precision points. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a ball in this area, you're
Yeah.
gonna feel in that one
Yeah.
area alone.
But you know, they actually use that tech in certain game suits.
Yeah, like
So you-
accents.
Right, so you put on those suits, and once you get hit, you feel it.
Yeah. I'm actually
So you have
thinking
that.
about the accents
Mhm.
because I spoke to Zav about this.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is motion capture, and I feel like the accent suit will help me with that. But after seeing Metaverse, I feel like it's going to be the perfect thing. Like I could just walk around, fly around, I'm going to
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah.
It's to let loose and let
Yeah.
go free.
That's true. I think metaverse is going to once it comes off to be what it really is, it's going to change the whole face of the planet.
Well, it's going to grow.
Yeah, it's going to grow. Yeah,
Continuously grow.
and it's going to continue to grow. So that's a big deal there that's happening. Well, I guess we have to mention the fact that while we were off, all of the major platforms went night out.
Oh yes, oh yes.
For lack of a better word, everything went off stream.
I think it's like 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, just like that. And people was panicking. And Facebook lost billions of dollars during that short period of
I
time.
mean, Mr. Neil, you see, right? All the platforms went out. There was one platform that didn't go out and was still standing strong.
yeah.
You know, Skills Academy was still up there.
Was still running.
I was still talking to Everil. I was like,
it
yeah,
was still
Everil.
running, yeah, you could chat. So we were still alive. We were still running. We were still running. We were still up and running, even when all those social media platforms went
But
out.
speaking of which, someone asked me this question once a while now. They said they just graduated from college, and they want to teach persons how to like do certain things with editing, like video editing and so on. Can they come on Skills to be an instructor, have their own course, and teach students?
Of course. The Skills platform is a open platform, and that's what I want the public to know. It's an open platform. So let's say you're a teacher and you're doing your extra class, and you want a location to have all of your content protected, secure, and they are assigned to you and you only. They're yours. There's no terms and service that says that the content belongs to us. That's a place to actually put your content. So you can put your content there, charge your fees, have your students registered in groups, send them group codes for them to access their classes and the lessons. Yes, so Skills Academy provide all of that stuff. So that's something that I like, what's going on that side of the vineyard.
And Skills Academy is actually 100,000,000 times better and smoother and faster than Dev.
Oh yes.
And a lot of students and teachers have reviewed
Yeah.
that the site is one of the smoothest and best they've seen. And for those who are trying to come on, you also have a help support team that's there 24/7 working and getting help on. So if you want, please go check out Skills English. Oh wow, I'm stuttering. Please check out skillsacademy.tech.
Yes.
And if you need any assistance, always we have a help desk that's 24/7. You can always check out, and we will get back to you. Mr. Neil, is there any other? We talk about Skills Academy, we talk about IIT, we talk SKNRA. Is there some hidden projects that are going on that viewers need to know about?
Yeah. Well, there's a project that has been worked on that I can't mention as yet. That's been worked on that we can't mention as yet. We do have persons in India also who we're working with. Dominica. So working on a particular project that we're hoping that it is going to come to life. Testing is being done to see if the project can function here in St. Kitts and Nevis, given the geolocation, where we're at and so forth. So that is being done right now. So I can't talk too much about that project yet for copyright purposes.
Coming soon.
So coming soon. But there's a little side note I would like to mention, because all of this design and development research and talk about technology has to come from a place where you apply the learning methods. I think application is important, because you have a lot of persons who go to universities and colleges and graduate, and they never really apply those skill sets. They just graduate with the bachelors, with the masters, the PhDs, and just go and sit in an office, and some people are miserable.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they're not doing what they love, right? So the application of the skill set is very, very important. So for all the persons out there who are in the tech field, don't just sit down with that skill set. Apply it. Come and join SKNRA, and come over on our side of the vineyard, and work on some of the projects that we have working on. So we want to just make persons know that don't just focus on the fact that I have a degree. You see what I'm saying? No, because that means nothing at all. Because I've seen persons who don't have the degree who are doing cutting edge things.
So, I'm glad you brought that up.
Don't just think about that.
I'm glad you brought it up, because I saw this video the other day from Elon Musk. He has his own academy, a small academy with a bunch of students. They have no grades, like you're not going to level up grades. They have no tests, no exams, nothing. The children are taught to open their minds to the fullest. Mr. Neil, there's this one 9-year-old who was talking about how to change the mechanical rotors within a motor and then increase the torque so they get more pressure and power. I was like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Those are things that a 9-year-old normally does not talk about.
Yeah, because you see, there's most of the skill set that you have as a young child is underestimated. Right? That is why, personally, as long as I have students working with me, they're going to find a project to work on.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense. Okay, you can only know your true potential if you're placed in that position. You can't know your true potential if you're not placed in a room to explore.
That's one thing as well.
Yeah.
Even when people going to a club like Robotics and stuff like that, they just come around, see the idea, and just watch, So. But some people supposed to people who have ideas. No matter if you're new or not, if you have a great idea to put in it, it could even benefit you, could benefit everybody in the group, and put your ideas out there. So it's very beneficial to.
Yeah. And I mean, there's so many problems out there right now.
But you see, one of the challenge, not to cut you off, but one of the challenge that we have is that the way how perhaps the educational system is structured, right? So I personally believe that you should have a subject that focus on STEM.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A subject that focus on projects, research, development. And I was saying recently that we do not have a lot of research centers in the region. Right? I mean, research centers that focus on projects that is going to change the economy of a country.
So that's something like Boston Dynamics. And
yes, like Boston Dynamics in the States, that they focus on real serious projects. We don't have that a lot. And so I'm saying that every single government, every single entity should have an R&D department, right? That is researching the next best tech, researching the next best thing to actually do. So that is something that should happen. And I can't say,
SKNRA Avengers headquarters coming soon with that.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I totally forget about that.
So, you see, we have Iron Man right here. We have Iron Man.
I totally forget about that. So yes, listeners, for those who will be listening even after this is aired, we have been looking on building our own Avengers headquarters. our own headquarters. So we made an application to the relevant ministry that handles land to see if we can acquire some acres of land so we can start looking into building our own STEM center, if you will. We call it our Avengers headquarters, but
HQ.
Our own STEM center for research and development. And I'm talking about serious research and development. I'm not talking about just a project for tomorrow. No, I'm talking about projects that is going to become products, right?
Of course.
Projects become products, and even the byproduct of those projects might become products, because a lot of times the project that you want to achieve at and you're heading towards a project, sometimes is the byproduct of that becomes a product, right? I believe the microwave, the technology for the microwave, it was not designed. I don't. Based on reading, I think they weren't looking at having a microwave. They were designing something else.
Yeah.
And they realized that, oh, well, this could work. All right.
I think that's the same with the video camera.
Yeah, a lot of
they
technology.
were trying to make this. I think it was when Thomas Edison was trying to make this sonograph where you can hear yourself. He made that. He wanted to develop it to make it smaller, and when he was trying to make it smaller, he ended up accidentally making a video camera. And
so you see, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes the byproduct becomes the product.
Yeah.
so that is why research and technology is very important. And if you look on countries that invest in R&D, those countries thrive because they're within their strategic framework, their strategic plan. So every country has a strategic plan that says, in 10 years this is what we should accomplish, and so forth. So within their strategic framework, they have R&D, and there's a budget for R&D. So I'm just saying, to the government who's listening, we need R&D. we need an R&D unit here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the relevant investment within that R&D unit to ensure that we have, projects that we're working on to become products to make the country even a more advanced country. And the beauty about St. Kitts and Nevis is that St. Kitts and Nevis is poised to become a tech OECS country. It's poised. So it's in that area because you have us here, St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, which actually is championing the cause, pushing technology, traveling across the world, representing St. Kitts and Nevis at the highest level with all the countries across the world, right? So it is poised to become a tech country. So that is what I'm looking forward to actually see. So yeah. That's what's going on in technology. But I just remember, before I even forget again, the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics team did compete recently. All right, and so they competed, and as we know, it is online. It's not as before where we have to travel overseas to actually participate, but it is online. And so the team had participated, and the team had finished their competition. I believe they're still ranked first in the Caribbean, second in the Caribbean.
First in the OECS, first in the Caribbean, 19th in the world.
Right, so first in the Caribbean, first in the OECS, and 19th in the world. People, there's nothing else to say. The robotics team has been functioning from 2017 on top of the game, hands down, leading all the way down. All right. As a matter of fact, I post a photo on my WhatsApp for those people who watch my WhatsApp post. And my WhatsApp post with the three first members of the team, which was Xavier, Jervik, and Jermelia. Those three persons. And when I look on the photo of them then and now, they look like babies back then. All right.
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago. So I was looking at it and the fact that we have come so far from that point with 3 members to at one point 30 members. All right. So it has grown, and now an association. So it has grown. So that's something that I was looking at the other day, the fact that we have moved from that stage, and that is why it's important for the private sector, the public sector, to champion the cause for what we are doing. So the team is performing extremely well.
And I think that is something that people need to take into account, that success doesn't come instantly. It takes time, because it took us 5 years to actually come to this point.
Yeah.
Because I know some people, they would try it like once, twice, and they'd be like, it's not working, give up.
Don't bother. And that's the thing, you try 1-2 times, and
it's like the story you learn in primary school. The rabbit, the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
The tortoise moving slowly, the hare decides to, take some breaks and so on. And he lost the race. A hare is fast.
Yeah.
The hare loses against the tortoise. That speaks for itself.
But as a matter of fact, when we started IIT, right? When we started first, it was started from 2012. That's so far back. And at the time, it was called CSEC Success, right? And we had some issue with that, so we had to, make some changes. But it was just a plain website. But the vision was always to have people on it doing the course thing. That was always a vision, but we never got there. So, it takes time leading up to refine something to a certain stage. And I think that is what R&D does. Once you begin to get in R&D, it takes time to make projects, something that becomes a reality. So the robotics team has competed. They have performed again. I think perhaps maybe the next show we have the team members come to tell the experiences. Who knows? To come and talk about the experience. But they are scheduled to meet with the Minister of Education this week. I'll get the date. I'm not sure which day is it, but this week they should be meeting with the Minister of Education to talk about the experiences with the challenge.
And guys, unfortunately, that is the end of
Already?
this episode.
Anyway.
I know. It kind of short. It felt really short. So guys, our next episode is going to air on December the 14th. Tune in every other Tuesday on 98.9 Win FM Let's Talk IT to join us as we uncover the various realms within IT and STEAM. We also go live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch at WINNMedia SKN. Let's Talk IT is also available on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify. To be updated on everything SKNRA, check out our socials, which are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, and LinkedIn at SKNRA, the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, or SKN Robotics Association on YouTube. And to be updated on everything IITAE, check out our socials, which are Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at IITAE or IIT Ltd. Now, a big shout out to our sponsors, IITAE, the International Information Technology Academy of Excellence, SKNRA, the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, and TDC. And we will tune in next week for some more fun next episode.
Next episode, yeah.
I'm so used to saying next week, so
yeah.
Tune in next episode with some more fun. Until then, peace out.
Found the sound 98.9
Protect yourself from the novel coronavirus. Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently for at least 20 seconds each time. Avoid shaking hands and touching your face with unclean hands. If you have to cough or sneeze, do so into your flexed elbow or a paper towel and then dispose of it. Keep a distance of 3 feet away from anyone with the cold or flu-like symptoms. Boost your immune system with vitamins, drink plenty of water, and get adequate rest. Visit your doctor, the nearest hospital, or health center if you or a family member becomes ill. A message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.